Are live. Welcome everyone out there on the interwebs. We are bringing you a new Wicked Weekend podcast here. I'm Michael. I'm joined by Scott today, and we're going to be joined by special guests in a little bit. So stay with us and keep your ears open for that. But how's it going, Scott?
Good, good. We are running a little bit behind. We got stuck in a Blade Runner conversation backstage.
Yeah, we were just talking about Blade Runner 2049 and how awesome that movie is. I personally really love it. Scott seemed to enjoy it, but maybe not think it's quite as much of a masterpiece as I did. Is that the right take?
It has its flaws. Pacing being the biggest one for me. Like I tried watching it once and then I just like gave up. But
Did
I
you
went
watch it
back.
in theaters or?
No, it was just
See, that might have been your mistake, in my opinion. I feel like
actually
his movies are better in theaters.
I do the best, and this is just
Really? Oh, maybe it's.
my ADD. Is if I have it on a smaller screen, like directly in front of me, like my
Interesting.
phone or my iPad, and then like I don't have so much other distractions or stimuli as it
What's funny is
were.
it's the exact opposite for me because it's my ADD thing is if I like it's easier for me to put myself into a dark theater for 2 hours where I really can't go anywhere or do anything else than at home where I have my phone and my computer and my games and all that stuff.
Theater works too because you have that darkness.
Right,
Um,
exactly. I love that. Yeah,
but
I'm
then you
terrible
have
at.
the modern thing where people get bored and start pulling out their phones, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I always hate that. Yeah, that's a bummer. Or people who talk in the theater is always kind of a bummer too. I had that going on. Like I was like, oh damn, those people are like talking like continuously, like having conversations or something. I don't know what they're saying, but they're mumbling. And yeah, it gets you. But yeah, there's always going to be the trade off of like streaming at home versus watching at the theater and stuff. But I do love that we have the option these days. A lot of times, there's a lot more options than there used to be.
yeah, and I'm lazy, so it's like, can I just put
Mm-hmm.
this on here? Oh, I can. Awesome. I'm just gonna
Oh,
watch it
that's
here.
hilarious. So yeah, you're gonna be watching the Matrix at home, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah. Especially on like Christmas Day. Like my family was never like
Oh damn.
a movie theater type of thing.
Oh
Um,
really? Yeah, yeah,
and it's so weird to me that like it's such a big thing. Um,
yeah. We used to do that a lot. Yeah, not so much anymore, but back in the day, we'd
yeah,
see go see a couple Christmas movies or whatever.
I was talking to someone else about it, and they're just like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a super super busy movie theater day. In fact, like there's almost
Mm,
always like one or two releases that are specifically on Christmas Day just for that reason."
yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Matrix comes out on the 22nd, so practically just in time for Christmas.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. You
Uh,
sure? Yeah, that's why I was thinking, man, I'm kind of jealous for the people watching it at home because they're gonna watch it right on the 22nd. I'm like,
well,
God.
I am off that day from my COVID
Oh
booster,
wow.
so maybe I'll just come home,
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
sit down, and put it on.
Are you gonna be the only one in your household watching that movie there?
Well, it's definitely more mature for my daughter, so that'll
That's
be
true.
good that I can watch it while she's at school. Um, I haven't checked my wife's interest level, and the other thing with her is she works graveyard, so whether or not she'll be awake.
Oh wow, she works graveyard.
hmm
Oh wow, that must be tough, huh?
It works in really good ways with getting the daughter to and from school and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, don't see too much of her during the week.
Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That yeah, that sounds kind of tough, man. Hopefully, is there any hope that she'll be able to get off a graveyard at some point soon?
Possibly. There's
Is
always an
like a nurse? Is
option.
she a nurse? I can't remember.
No, no, she does emergency dispatch for like one of the local
Oh,
water utilities.
oh, interesting. Okay,
You want
so
to be part of the
oh wow, so you
conversation
really got
too?
to. Yeah, well, hey, look at we got a fellow comic book fan over here. We're in good
Yes.
company.
Yeah. I started a pull list, so she comes with me
Really?
to Flying Colors. So
Oh, that's fun, dude. Oh my god, how fun is that? Yeah, that's great. Getting them started early, you know?
Yeah, so she's gotten some. They have some Hilda. I don't know if you're familiar with that series on
Mhm.
Netflix.
Oh,
They
no,
actually
no.
have some trade paperbacks for that.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
they
cool.
also have her My Little Pony comic books.
Mm. Yeah, I could see those being popular. Yes. My Little Pony's been popular even since we were kids, so that's a classic staple of any child's repertoire. But but yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there.
Well, we could say that Wrath Chapter 3 funded on Kickstarter.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations again on that, dude. Very
Yeah,
nice,
so
right
we're getting
there.
the third chapter, and we're hoping for a quick turnaround time, but there's some looming what should pitfalls that we might end up in with like paper shortages and the like. So
Really? You think so?
yeah, a little bit. I
Hmm.
know one creator has had trouble getting the cardstock for the covers.
Oh wow.
So we'll see.
Luckily, well, you obviously you can decide if you want to go with this for the Kickstarter, but for the at least for the Wicked books at the store, we haven't had the problem with that because we usually go with the self wrap covers, which is the not the cardstock cover, but more of like just the actual paper inside interior paper as the cover.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean
that
if that's what we've been doing, then we can just keep doing that.
I like it because for me, over the I've started to buy single issues over the past year or 2 years, and almost all the comics I've gotten, unless you go out of your way to buy like the cardstock cover, that's usually a little bit more. Usually they're just all self wrap. So to me, like that's the standard. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll do cardstock covers at some point, but I like I want it with us trying to get distribution right now. I just kind of wanted everything to look kind of more standardized,
Yeah, and that's one thing we've always gotten compliments on is the quality of our books. So I
right?
don't think we need to change anything there.
Awesome. Good to hear that. So we got someone in the chat here. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out, chatting comics and movies and whatever else comes our way. We got a special guest coming up here. Cool creator that'll be fun to talk to him. But in the meantime, we're just hanging out, chatting.
Yeah,
Um,
and the other thing that we're doing with Wrath is we
mm,
extended the free read on Chapter 2. So um, people can go over to Global Comics, search Wrath, and check it out. Um,
yes. Gotta love Wrath. The Doug's story is kind of taking a new turn in this issue. A very different turn than what we've seen so far.
oh, I brought somebody here. I didn't know I had that ability.
You have summoned them.
uh,
It's very nice. Always appreciate the watches and the views here. Um, so definitely, thank you for joining us. But yeah, dude, are you pretty excited about Wrath Chapter 3 funding?
oh, very, very much so. It's something when you're trying to hit 6 books and you can
Mm,
get that halfway point.
wow, that's a good
It's
feeling.
yeah, it's a good feeling. We didn't get that Jack Irons print though, which I'm
Damn.
like, I
So
really
close,
wanted.
man. So close.
But we can save that for later. We can bring that back.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
do something else with that. Who knows?
next campaign,
Right?
bring it
There's
back
always
up.
another chance with the
Yeah.
next campaign.
Um. There you go. Yeah. We were just talking about the creator
Oh,
spotlight.
yeah, we
So
were
if you
just
want to,
talking about you.
yeah. So if you want to
Actually,
plug that and let them know what's going on, and maybe some
yeah,
other listeners
totally.
can do
Yeah,
that.
totally. We were talking. The reason you came up is me and Scott were talking as about our show that we do, which is yep, exactly that. That we promote creators, whether it be comic creators, whether it be music creators, any kind of indie creators. We like to shine our spotlight on it. That's where the name Indie Spotlight came from. And so we basically just do interview style. And so yeah, if you have a project you want to promote or something like that, we definitely can get something scheduled. We'd be more than happy to do that. So definitely reach out to us. Our DM should be open there, so you definitely can message us anytime. It goes for anyone out there as well. We always love to hear from people. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out. But, yeah, that'd be cool. We haven't done a indie spotlight in a couple weeks, maybe even a month. It's been a minute since I think we did the last one.
Was the last one me? Because then it's been a month.
I can't remember. I have to look it up.
'Cause then we did
Uh,
one at the launch.
we did do one at the launch, yeah. That was probably the last one. Let's see here. Yep, that's right. Wrath Chapter 3 Campaign Countdown. Oh, no, that's Campaign Countdown.
Oh, right. Similar but
Yeah.
different.
Similar but different. That basically describes every show that we do out here at Wicked. Similar but different.
Similar but different.
Oh
But what were we
man,
talking about? Oh yeah.
Wrath. Yeah, yeah.
So chapter 3, yeah, we got the funding. We were hoping to get a little bit more so we could, get that head
Mm,
start on 4. So we still have a bigger battle up there, but the
okay.
good thing is we'll get 3 out there, and um, hopefully that gets us a lot more traction and following, and that usually translates into resources that we can make the next one. So we're looking forward to that.
And honestly, next year may be a better year for crowdfunding anyway. Like
Yeah.
just the world, the way the world's still recovering and things are getting back on track. People might not be in a good position work wise. So hopefully next year, you might have better luck getting a little bit more than you got this time. Keep that growing and building.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think I've shown you 3 yet, so maybe I'll have to shoot that over for you. But a couple people have read it. Just the preview, we don't have it completely finished yet. We had the last 5 pages were just sketches, but all the lettering was done, so the story's all there. It's just not finely polished, as it were.
Mm. Still
um,
need some fine tuning still.
yeah, still needs some fine tuning. We gotta finish those last 5 pages on Emilio's end, then go through some beta reads and miss any little errors that we might have overlooked in the process. And then we'll get that out digitally to backers. Then we can go to print, of course, and um, since we have that new printer, we should have some pretty quick turnaround time, and we can get that out early next year, hopefully.
Very nice. Yeah, definitely should be pretty early on next year, I would think, right?
Yeah, and then we'll see how far we can get on 4 and what looks like a good spot to plant down that campaign and roll from there. Maybe get 2 books out this year. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what the future brings.
You mean 2 books in 2022?
That's what I'd like to do, but like it all comes down to
Mm.
resources and
Okay.
and time management and stuff like that. But um, yeah, maybe,
Well,
perhaps.
that'd be very cool. So I definitely wish you luck with that, and we'll be beginning fulfillment next year. It'll be very cool to get those out to people.
Yeah, and then there's always the for people who are paying attention to the campaign and the stretch goals, what the mystery 5,000 stretch goal was, because
Mystery
that's
5,000.
mystery goal at 5,000. That didn't go away, and it will maybe be reappearing sometime in this next year.
That's
Um,
funny.
but it was one of those things
Well, that'd
that
be good. I
that
mean, I'd like. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, without telling you too much about it was one of those things that um I have lined up. Everyone's on board.
Oh, okay.
Um, it was just a matter of, hey, if we could get this far with resources, um, we were going to start on it, and all the backers, including digital, would have gotten the first look at
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't even know what the mystery is myself, so it is very cryptic.
it. It is very you're like, thanks. Now I'm even more curious.
Yeah, really. Well, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see if that pops back up here again and maybe with the next campaign as well. But
Yeah, yeah,
that'll be exciting,
and we might put that back up there as another stretch goal. We'll
right?
we'll
I
see.
could see that. I could see that.
I definitely like the trading card idea. We had some really cool ideas that we wanted to do with that, so we'll probably bring that back. Um, But yeah, we'll see. We got to focus on this one, and then we'll plan number 4. Um, and see how much we hit our stride after 3, because a lot of people are really liking 3. It's like I said, it's the one we've been building up to, and we really start to open things up, as it were, and bring a lot more action and excitement, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome, man. Real quick, I do want to say, kind of on a tangent, similar tangent, but kind of exciting news. We got the new Omen books proofs today.
Nice. I
Yeah,
love
those are gonna be really cool.
proofs.
Yes, proofs are awesome. And so yeah, that's 4 new books, 3 Omen books, and 1 Revelation comics.
Wait,
So
was
those are
that
really cool.
before or after I was there? Because I'm gonna be like bummed if you had them and you didn't even show them
No,
to
I
me when
don't.
I was over
Oh no, yeah, I had them. My bad.
there. Oh,
I forgot to tell you.
I was just there.
Yeah, that's true. I
Just
forgot.
there
I
signing
totally
books.
forgot. But yeah, I thought I'd let everyone know that just because that is pretty exciting right there. But it looks like we are getting joined here. It looks like we got joined here by our special guest for today, and that would be Johnny, aka Mangekyo God. And thank you so much for joining us, Johnny. You're now on the air with us.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm tired from getting out of an Uber all the way here.
Hey, well, we appreciate you, rushing over through that Uber and getting over here to talk with us. So appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
And we were just chatting a little bit about Wrath. Wrath just came out recently, or rather, Wrath just finished on Kickstarter recently. So we were talking about Scott's success there and what's next for Wrath and all that stuff.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Glad to see you back up on here.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know because you're kind of taking a break from social media for now, right? So it's you don't. A lot of the other guys don't get to talk to you as much as I do. I think, Johnny.
I had to just kind of get away from social media for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just it's to the point right now. It's a little bit too much.
Yeah, I get that. It's a minefield, and I've done rather well navigating so far, but you never know.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, dude. I'm like stomping all around. I'm like, so far, I'm like, I don't know if you guys saw the new Fast and Furious, but I'm Tyrese in the Fast and Furious, man. I'm hanging by the skin of my teeth, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's definitely understandable. So no worries there. But yeah, we're just chatting up. But I know you were at Starbucks hanging out earlier today. So you back at home now?
Yeah, I literally just walked in the house.
Nice.
Just trying to kind of set everything up, turn on the computer, and just try to like hurry up and get online because I'm like, crap, they probably have already started or they're probably waiting on me.
Oh no, yeah, we were early. We were like, should we start? Should we wait? And we are like, let's go and start. Me and Scott have plenty.
Yeah, I was like, don't wait on my account.
Yeah, we were just sitting there like talking about like Blade Runner and stuff, and like,
anime.
oh, we could have just been like doing this live.
Yeah, really. Oh, yeah. I wonder if anyone would be interested in that conversation. But yeah, I think it was because it started because I asked if he'd seen the Blade Runner Black Lotus animated show that's airing right now, which is pretty dope. It's airing on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim every weekend, and then also subbed on Crunchyroll. Excuse me. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like 3D CGI, and it's set just after the Blade Runner Blackout anime short, which was directed by Watanabe, who I believe it wasn't Watanabe. Didn't he do Cowboy Bebop?
I think he did. I'm not
say?
totally sure.
But so yeah, it's like I believe it's directed by the same person that did Cowboy Bebop. So if you haven't seen Blackout, I would recommend people go check out Blade Runner Blackout 2022, and then follow it up with Black Lotus because it's like literally falls. It's like a follow up almost.
Nice.
So, yeah, good stuff though, man. Inspiring me for my own cyberpunk manga that I've been prepping for. Yeah, I've been working. I've been like reading a bunch of stuff, watching animes, just like trying to looking at concept art because I want it to be like a I want it to be like a world that really feels like its own and has something to say. Because like I feel like every world, whether it be like Psychopaths or The Matrix or Total Recall, there's like a rule or a law, or there's some way that makes that world unique. And so I'm trying to find my own niche. How can I find my own place in there, without making it just feel like another, you know, story. I feel like
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 gets away with it because it was kind of the original. Like people don't, not everyone knows, but it was made back in the 70s or something. It was a long time ago, and they made this kind of, that's why it's like, or maybe it was the 80s, because it kind of has like that's why it's all the like 80s a lot of time in Cyberpunk 2077. But so it has a long history, but that world is just kind of like very straightforward. It's like there's not really any kind of gimmick. It's just like, yeah, there's technology, the government's, bad, the corporations are bad, cops are inefficient, like all that, etc. And the
Yeah.
gangs, got the gang violence and all that stuff. But it's like it's not like the Matrix or Total Recall or something where you have like kind of a more, I don't know if that makes sense. If I'm making sense there.
Yeah, no. I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense what you're trying to do, and like the stuff that you're trying to write. I mean, it's like because a lot of the inspiration I get is from Cyberpunk a lot of the time.
Nice, yeah.
Little does everyone know. Because I'm pretty much I'm more into anime than I am actual comics. Which is honestly is part of the reason why I kind of stay away from social media at the moment, because of the fact that it's like, me liking anime for a lot of other people is a problem, because it's like, they don't really know much about it, and they feel like nowadays it's too mainstream. It's like everyone's into anime, and it's causing comics to kind of fizzle out. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just I'm just into something a lot different than you guys are, and it's part of why I just like leave social media alone, because it's like I got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of feeling like an outcast on Twitter. Like I'm probably just gonna not even reactivate my current Twitter account, or probably end up making a whole new one just because.
That brings up an interesting question I'll pose to you both, which is, it is something that I've seen people bring up, the debate on Twitter or not, which is someone will say something like, don't try and emulate Japanese creators, don't try and emulate manga or something, right, when you're trying to create comics. Do you guys have an opinion on that?
First of all, draw whatever you want to draw. That's my thing. Is whether it's emulating other Japanese creators or whatever. They say that imitation is the biggest form of flattery. So if that's what some people want to do, then I say go ahead and let them do it, but don't do it to a point where you're plagiarizing them. Like if you want to draw, if you and I, Mike, were working on a comic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted like an anime kind of style for your comic. If other people don't like that, I'm sorry, but that sounds like a personal problem. Like if I wanted to draw in the manga style, or other people, or if I wanted to emulate a certain manga creator, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. And if you don't like it, then don't read it.
Yeah, that's I mean, I could totally see that, where you're coming from with that.
Yeah,
that definitely makes sense to me. Scott, do you kind of feel the same way, or how do you also feel about that?
Well, I did. I love manga and anime, and while I didn't go the traditional route of like going with the complete aesthetic of it, I definitely picked and pulled and mixed my own thing together, but it did take inspiration from manga. With the storytelling, the black and white that I used with the grayscale was a homage, and part of what sold me on Drew's new cover, not only just her artwork, but was also she wanted to do covers similar to like Soul Eater and Bleach, and I'm like, okay, your art and Bleach, I'm sold.
Oh man, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense too, I think. Yeah,
and I was actually watching. They have this a documentary on Hulu called "The Curse of Von Dutch," and it's all about the clothing brand, and they're talking about the person that it was actually based on. And they actually had this little quote that he had that talked about, and I'm not going to try and like
you can
put it out
paraphrase
there
it, yeah.
verbatim, but it's basically like, nothing's original. Use whatever you want. We're all dipping into our subconscious, and creating our own images and ideas, but nothing out there is truly original anymore.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, it is true. Every now and then you may get like something that seems original, but at its core, there's roots in everything, and people take inspiration from everything. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's something that honestly in my youth that kind of was detrimental to me, to my creative process, because I'm like, how do I think of something that's never been done before?
true. Yeah, I think
And
I can relate to
that's like
that.
a self-defeating mindset.
Yeah.
The truth is you can't. Uh, the what you should be doing is, and there's a line there. You can't just take something that's already there and then just put a new coat of paint on it and call it yours. That doesn't really work. But you can take things and
Put a spin
mold
on
them
them.
and twist them and combine them with other things and make them your own and put your own touch on them and make that something.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of looking at it. Now, there's one more question I have, because I see this one going on a lot on Twitter too, which is people say like you shouldn't market your comic as X meets X, and I've been guilty of that for sure. So what do you guys think about that one?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, what do you mean by that? Like, give me like a good
So for
example.
my comic, I used when I was first. I don't really use this one anymore because the comic's been out for a while. But when I first started talking about Endemic, my zombie comic, I would call it Escape from New York meets The Walking Dead, because it was an easy way to get people to understand the concept of walled city with zombies in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I you know what I mean? I don't know.
I would say, look, it's your comic. Do what you need to do. If it again, because I'm so huge on this, and I'm not sure if Scott or you would agree with me, but I mean, I'm a big proponent of literally just do you, like whatever.
Yeah.
Again, like because I gotta bring this up because I've been bringing this up a lot lately. I don't know if you guys have saw the whole rhetoric with the whole, Superman son of Kal-El thing and everything on Twitter. I just get so annoyed when a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't, say your comic is this meets this, or, or you shouldn't write this, or you shouldn't draw that. Like, literally, just do what you want to do and let it be that. If people do not like it, don't read it. Don't comment on it. It's like this. If you're not working on it, if you're not writing it, coloring it, inking it, penciling it, or getting paid to do anything with this comic, you really, really don't have a say. Like, as a fan, you can give your opinion on, like, hey, I like it, hey, I don't like it, but you really don't have much of a say if you're not contributing anything special to it. So if a lot of people say, hey, I don't like, X meets X, it's like, okay, then don't read it. Me personally, like what you just said, I actually kind of like the sound of it because I just started getting into The Walking Dead.
Nice, man. Okay, so it does work for you in that sense.
Yeah, it's like, do you. Just, do what you want to do. As long as you're not ripping off somebody else, do you.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that is kind of like the cool part about being indie creators, the freedom in that regard.
Literally, that's the thing. And that's the thing about indie creators is that, it's about, a lot of people are just like, oh, if you're not working for the big two, then you're really nobody. And it's like a lot of indie creators are kind of getting attention, especially when the pandemic hit. It was like everybody got attention. Everybody was doing their own thing. Like the indie section boomed. Like everybody was just starting to do their own thing. Even I started to do my own thing again.
I would also add, when it comes to marketing, don't be afraid to try anything.
Right.
Because if it doesn't work, that just means no one's paying attention, and you can just go to something else that does.
Agree.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense too.
And part of the reason I've never done this is I've never really found something that I can do X meets X for Wrath personally. I'm sure some other people could, but it's just never something that's clicked for me.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, so possibly could work, but if it doesn't, just be ready to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, marketing's all about if you have an idea, throw it out there. It's really more of what sticks compared to what doesn't, and if it doesn't stick, it
Yeah.
doesn't stick. No
I mean,
no harm done.
I think that's
Right,
good
no
advice.
harm,
I
no
think
foul.
a lot of people, and I fall into this sometimes too. I think a lot of people sometimes get discouraged or think like, oh, one thing, if you don't get hits or likes or traction on one thing, then doesn't mean that it's like, oh, why should I bother? Why should I try? But it is really that persistence game of continually, plugging your stuff, getting it out there, and that's how it kind of works, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I fell into that trap. It's like, please don't do it. I fell into that trap on Twitter and Instagram. I was talking to my mentor earlier when you had texted me, and I was asking him like, is it worth me just getting back on Instagram? Not only because I miss interacting with some of the people, but I need new art references, and I can only get so much from Pinterest. Like, let's be honest. But beyond that, it was just like, do I really want to kind of throw myself kind of back out there? Like, because and I was telling you this, and the other conversation we were just having was like, I wanted to just kind of take a break from comics just for a second and just go back to anime and manga, something I was used to. Because that's just it was just one of those things that made me light up. With comics now, I don't know what's going on here. Like, hopefully you and Scott can give me some kind of insight, because I don't know what's going on anymore.
How do you mean?
Like, I mean, it always seems to be like I don't know, some kind of like a conflict or a culture war, something. I don't know. I mean,
I know what you're going on about. There's like a political ebb and flow.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah,
that's always kind of been there, and I'm always kind of swimming between the two currents.
Yeah.
As best I can. Because there's like, I don't agree with some things on both sides, but I also don't want to gatekeep my own project.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to read Wrath, read Wrath. If you want to talk to me about Wrath, I'll talk to you about Wrath. But I don't want to get caught up in different ideologies and groups and whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
And if you want to deal with me, I'll meet you one-on-one. But I'm not a group mentality person.
Yeah, that's just the thing for me, is that this whole group mentality thing, and honestly, and like you had said, just kind of navigating between the two. For me, I just avoid it altogether if I can, because I don't like to get into the whole thing of politics or any other sort of topic that kind of seems taboo. It's like, for me, it's like, let me just create my comic the way I want to create it and live and let live. I don't think that anyone should, be the final say on anybody else's project. It's like, look, let the person do that project, let them just break to the industry how they want to break into it. It's just, I just want everyone just to live and let live.
Exactly. You don't want to tear something down that someone else is building.
Exactly.
And I'm a big proprietor of that. Like, I don't know what you're doing over there. I might not like what you're doing over there, but I'm absolutely 100% behind you if that's what you want to build.
Yeah.
And I have no business throwing rocks or bringing a wrecking ball into that, because that is yours, and I don't want anyone doing that to me as well.
Yeah, it's like, treat people how you would want to be treated. It's just a common courtesy thing, but it's also a common sense thing, which I've posted on Twitter a lot, and I used to get a lot of backlash for that, because a lot of people kind of don't share that same mentality, which is honestly what's kind of a little sad, because I think comics is missing maturity at this point. Like, it's like, either I win or everybody loses.
Well, there's also this whole, and it's not just comics, just marketing culture, which is all about outrage and stick it to 'em marketing is what I like to call it. Which is like, oh, you don't like what they did over here? Well, get my thing and you can stick it to them. Like, and it's wildly effective.
Yeah. Sad to
I don't
say
like.
this.
It's kind of like an us versus them mentality.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And really what we need to get back to is, if you don't like something, just walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you like it, then buy it and you're supporting it. But if it makes you angry and you start ranting and pointing at it and screaming, you're just giving it more fuel for the fire. You're actually
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
helping it. Or you're basically helping someone else with what they're doing. Like it doesn't work the way you want it to.
Yeah, it's basically like I would always say, it's like throwing water on a grease fire. It's not helping. You may think it's
Yes.
helping, but it's not.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, so I mean, I honestly, like, for me, if I were to get back in comics, because I'm going to this comic convention next week,
Nice.
if I were to get back into comics, I would definitely have more of a low-key kind of presence. And I'll just straight up put in my bio. Anything with politics, y'all leave that out of my feed. Like, just like, look, do your own thing, and let me do my thing, and that's it. Like, at this point, I just want peace, because it seems that every time I go on Twitter, it's some kind of a grease fire. Like, I've been off of it for the last few days now, and sometimes even when I get like little bits and pieces and everything, it's just like, this grease fire is still burning.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot of like creator or like content show creators like following me, and I'm like, why are they don't seem to be too interested in Wrath. And then I'm like, maybe they just like my feed, because my feed is just me retweeting other people's comic projects, and that's it.
Yeah.
We're talking about my stuff. It's a very just focused and mellow and hopefully fun feed to read through.
You want to? That's kind of. I mean, that's kind of like the secret behind my personal account, which I just got to 500 followers recently.
Nice.
When I first started it, I was pretty much strictly. I think it was in the bio even. But it was just like a promotion thing. So I would just retweet anime, movie things that are coming to theaters, events. I would post news articles like I sometimes do now. I just would do that like every day, all the time. And so people started following me because like, oh shit, I gotta find out like what's going on. I want to know what's going on with these events, So I started just doing that all the time, and then eventually I transitioned that into a more personal account once I started Wikid publishing.
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
That
was back in the
little
days.
bit on Wikid, and we need to get you back more on promoting the Wikid store.
It's tough, man. I'll yeah, we should talk about it. But yeah, it'll be tough, man. The grind, like I said,
what I think might work really well for you is there's programs, and I need to find some of them myself, where you can basically preload like your tweets.
I've
and then
actually
just
been
put it
doing
on.
that with a tweet deck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Just pick
there
up
you
your
go.
tweets,
So that
have a
definitely
couple of
helps.
them like pre-saved, and then just be like, all right, Monday is all movie men,
Right?
Tuesday is all Jack Irons, and just
Good
like
idea.
Yeah.
like you see, like Cody is probably the best one, because he just does not care. He just indiscriminately carpet bombs everything.
He's so
with
good
Jack
at
Irons.
promotion,
It's
dude. That's
like-
why he's got the most followers out of all of us, dude. He's so good
you
at
should
promotion.
take a page from that, like just carpet bomb Twitter with the Wikid store. And someone was always, and I always see tweets, and I need to do it a little bit more myself. I'm a little timid, but someone's like, sorry for all these tweets, and I'm like, don't be sorry. Do more of them. Do not assume that every one of your followers sees every one of your tweets, because they do not.
It's hard for me because I'm like, I'm always struggling to like think of, okay, what do I say next? Like, right, as a company, what do I have to say? Whether it be promotion or putting a poll out there or something. What do I have to contribute to the conversation?
Yeah.
So that's always my struggle.
And sometimes all you need is just a piece of art and a link.
That's
really,
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Change it up, mix it up. Like, just literally just look at Cody's tweets and just be like, okay, that's is what we need to be doing.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, man.
Yeah, because I'm looking at stuff right now. I'm looking at all his stuff on Twitter right now. He's literally just carpet bombing everything.
Yeah, he's like he said, he's the consummate professional, man. He's the ever salesman. Yeah, I love Cody, man. He's great. He really is good at what he does.
Yeah, he's picked up an artist that does some animated versions of his artwork
noticed
too.
that.
So you might want to tap that resource too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. I'll have to reach out to him on that one.
I know who it is if you want. I can
Oh,
tell
you do,
can
huh?
talk to. Yeah.
Nah.
Can you say publicly, or are you keeping it under wraps?
Oh sure. I mean, he's posted it publicly, so I don't.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't have it.
Okay.
It's basically Mrs. H. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought she was the one doing it. I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the way you were approaching. I was like, oh, maybe there's another one. But yeah, I
No.
thought she had been doing those. Yeah, they came
Yeah,
out actually really good. They were
Yeah,
actually really look awesome.
She is like the do-it-all wheelhouse. Like every time I'm just like, oh, she's got a pretty good base. She's just like, oh, by the way, we're making you some wrath, scratch, and sniff stickers for your backers, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, talk about somebody who's always like working and making something new. Like she's always creating something. It seems.
Yeah, she even has her own comic book series. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been seeing. Well, I've been seeing. She drops ink pages and colored pages every now and then.
And it's all on Global Comics.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
So definitely go check that out on Global Comics. Captain Orange.
Captain Orange, very nice.
Captain Orange, that's what's up.
Yeah, I love that title. That's great.
That's actually a good title, especially considering the fact that I'm wearing orange right now. So
it was meant to be,
right? I was gonna wear green, and I changed it. I was like, nah, I'm not feeling green today.
See, I'm partial to orange because I'm a Giants fan.
Hey.
I'm my Giants banner on the wall right next to me here. World Champions 2014, baby.
I'm not upset at all. Do what you need to do. So let me ask you guys something, because I have been so struggling with this. Do you guys think it would be a good idea or a bad idea for me to go back on Instagram for like a week? Because the only thing is, like, when you deactivate your Instagram and you reactivate it, you can't re-deactivate it for like a week straight.
Oh wow!
Like you're literally stuck on there for like a week until you can deactivate it.
Flip-flopping, I guess, or something. Yeah.
Literally.
I would say do it, especially if you're thinking about getting back into social media more, because that's a good toe dip. Kind of like wade into the water a little bit before you like decide to jump into like something like Twitter or
Yeah, because Twitter, I can't front. Twitter is a dumpster fire right now. Like it's just pretty much just
that's what the mute button's for, man.
I mean, the mute can only do so much. That's the problem. I mean, with Instagram,
it's a powerful button, man.
Yeah,
literally.
Unfollow and mute are like your best tools.
I've unfollowed, muted, blocked everything
to cultivate your own space on Twitter.
Yeah, the one thing I don't really agree with for me at least, is the blockchain.
Yeah,
I don't like this indiscriminately blocking people because I don't feel like that's fair to like guilt by association. People.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like every once in a while I'll be like, oh, this person blocked me, and then I don't like. Some people get so mad about it, and I'm just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I was bummed out. Like I found out Scott Aukerman has Wikid Publishing blocked, and I can only imagine it's because of a blockchain. Like, there's no way he even knows what Wikid Publishing is. Like,
well, there's actually like a creator that I know that is friends with another creator, and then like I was like noticing that there were some tweets missing. I'm like, who is this? And then I like somehow figured it out, and I'm like, oh, they have me blocked for some reason.
Right?
It must have been a chain because
I've never
interacted
with them
before. That much.
Yeah. I mean,
and then the other day I'm unblocked, so I'm like, okay, cool.
It's just I don't personally agree with blockchains either. Especially because like you said, the whole guilt by association thing. I'm just like, if you want to block, me personally, I don't do blockchains. I just block the individual, like straight up.
I feel like you can get pushed to a certain point where it's necessary.
Yeah,
but there's definitely some cleanup you have to do afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, dude. Oh, hold on, real quick. I want to say this real quick. This is hella funny. I saw, because I don't know if you guys saw, there's a new Twitter feature. You probably haven't seen this, Johnny, because you have been off it. But there's a new feature that if someone who has a lot of Twitter followers is retweeting your stuff and it's getting a lot of attention because of it, a little warning will pop saying, "Oh, hey, did you know this tweet's getting a lot of attention? You can choose who you want to respond to it. Would you like to do that?" And
Dang.
someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, did you guys hear they introduced a new feature? It's you're about to get dragged feature."
What? You're about to get dragged.
I was like, "Oh, damn."
Wait a second. I'm lost.
You know what we should? You know what we should use more, or at least try out, is the live space.
Oh, you know, I was actually thinking about doing that because what I was gonna do was like one day I was actually gonna create like a live space, you know, just for like me and a few friends just to like get together and just talk about comics, like because I see a lot of these people doing like all these podcasts and stuff like that, like this one for instance, and a lot of other podcasts. And I was just gonna do one just be like it was gonna be named Coffee by Comics or something along that nature. Because I like comics, but I also like coffee too. Because I work at a Dunkin' for crapping out loud. So I was just gonna just do that and just maybe invite like very few people, have a maximum of at least like 10 people. We can just get together, talk about comics and what's going on in comics, or any of the Comic Cons we're planning on going back to.
Now I'm having an old man moment here, but I don't know what that means. What is a live thing?
So what it is it's you can basically open up a chat, an audio chat within Twitter.
Yes.
And then anyone that's following you can see that you're live. And then they can come in and listen. Right. And then if they have questions or they want to add to the conversation, they hit a little button, and then if you're hosting it, you'll get alerted like so-and-so wants to comment. So then you can be like, "Oh, hey, like Johnny, you wanted to comment on that?" And then like, boom. And then they can just jump into the conversation and ask questions. And then as soon as they're done, you can just turn them back off.
And what do they call it?
It's what is that called? It's something like
it's I'm gonna look it up.
Live story or something. Or
live yeah.
What if we like schedule something for like a Wikid Q&A? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if we could get some of the Wikid creators here to do a Q&A with people?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
that'd be
something like
cool.
that. I think it's not on desktop. I think it might be just on like mobile, because that's the only way I've seen where I can do it.
Yeah, I think it's only probably on like you can do it like on your tablet or like your mobile phone. I'm not sure if they can do it on Twitter. I mean, like on the actual like desktop site.
Right. Mostly, I pretty much just use the app, to be honest. I don't know about you guys, but I hardly ever use the computer version. I don't know. I'm like I'm always on my phone. I'm like all the damn time.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean I'm always on the go, so it's like I have to either have it on my phone, and I try not to use it on my iPad because I can't. Living in Chicago, you can't just whip out technology all over the place. So I only have to just use my
I play
phone.
Watch Dogs. I know how Chicago is, man.
Yeah,
that's a very realistic representation.
That's a good description of how Chicago is. I mean, my God, that's as good as you can get.
But what was it? It's called Spaces.
Oh yeah, Spaces, so, Twitter Spaces, yeah.
Twitter Spaces.
Twitter Spaces. Okay, not live.
So basically, if you're on your app on your phone, you hit that like your tweet button, and it's one of the options at the top. It says Spaces, and then it would basically put you into a live audio mode where people can hear you talk, and then you can invite people to co-host, put up images, and like all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude. That kind of sounds fun because it's a little more spur of the moment, and people may be able to just jump in and shit. But we can also plan it out so people who want to, like, if we do with these podcasts, if they want to tune in ahead, know what's ahead of time happening.
And it's a little bit more interactive instead of like typing out the comments and stuff. And
yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it seems like it's more like a group chat than a just a YouTube chat room. So it's a little different. And I like that. I'm always down to try something new like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have been thinking about it, but since I'm kind of taking a break from Twitter, although I will say I was thinking of making just a new Twitter, just under a different name.
Okay. Just maybe with a pen name.
Yeah, I mean, just something different that everybody's just not used to, and that way everyone cannot find me and won't know that it's me.
That's what what's his name kind of did. Stephen King. He was Richard Bachman for a little bit.
True. I mean, yeah, what I really want is just like a real fresh start, especially going into like next year. I mean, because this year
Hey,
has just been shot.
We got a block.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Thanks for the heads up, man. I wasn't on top of it. Oop, hide that shit.
No, don't
That's the
highlight
Arabic. At least it was the Arabic one and not the one in English.
I just saw that and I was just like, oh no. Yeah,
you don't even get timed out for that shit. You just get blocked.
You just get blocked. Period. Like that's over.
You go straight
with.
to block. No timeout.
Like
do
what?
not pass go.
I looked down and I saw it and I was like, what in the
Jesus
world?
Christ.
Yeah, I was like, someone's oh no.
I was like, no. That's a hell to the no.
That's happened before. Luckily, I do have with StreamYard. I make it easy to put people in timeout or block. Like I think last time I had to put someone in timeout and be like, "Come on, you can't be like that." But this one's like way worse. Obviously, that one's just not worth even timeouting.
No,
but anyway,
there's just certain names or approaches. This is like, and you're gone.
Right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
literally.
That's kind of what I've been trying to do on Twitter these days. Is I give people the benefit of the doubt at first, but if you're just gonna be a jerk or not, really trying to have a conversation, then I'm just done with you. I'm not even gonna reply. I'm just gonna, block you, mute you, whatever it is.
Yeah, we just had this conversation like the other day. Like literally, I only give people now like one chance, and if you screw up that one chance, it's just over. Like I'm sorry, I have no time. But yeah,
I actually ought to get going.
No worries, man. We appreciate anything else you want to plug here.
You can go read chapter 1 and 2 of Wrath on Global Comics for free. Go check it out.
Nice, man. And Kickstarter fulfilling soon.
Hopefully we're talking about that. Hopefully before the end of the year or early next year we'll have digital, and
nice.
Month after that, maybe a month and a half, fingers crossed, we'll have physicals.
Very nice, man.
Nice.
Excellent. Yes, well, again, congratulations on that, and we will hear from you soon.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, good to see you back, Johnny.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And we'll see you, man. Have a good weekend.
Talk to you guys later.
Later.
And then there were two.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Me and Scott were talking earlier. It's been harder to schedule the podcast. I don't know if it's the time shift to 4:00. We used to be 8 a.m. Pacific, so that'd be like 10 a.m. your time.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be awake at that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would not be awake. I would still be probably either asleep or I'd be probably like heading out the door.
I used to have to get up so early, dude, for that podcast because I couldn't just go wake up and go to the podcast. I'd be too cranky, so I'd have to get up an hour at least ahead of time so I could wake up, get myself acclimated again.
Yeah, you would have to give me probably like a good 2 hours, 2.5 at most, or at least wait till I have some kind of coffee in me and then I'll do it. Because I was just yawning most of the time, and it's like I would feel horrible.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to have a few of those yawning sessions early mornings, but yeah, so it's been nicer for me at least.
Yeah,
but I know it's been tough for some people because Cody, I think works right now a lot of times, or he's just coming back from work, so he's kind of tired.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of times it's just difficult for people to join in these days.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna be like next week. I mean, because next week I'm pretty much gonna be working literally 5 days out of the entire week, starting from tomorrow, and I think my only days off will be Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I only marked off Saturday and Sunday because of C2E2. But beyond that, I literally will be working Tuesday all the way to Friday.
Damn, yeah.
So
not much time, and then in between you're working on your own art and stuff and doing your own thing.
Well, I'm trying to crank out these commissions, so it's I don't have no idea how that's gonna work. It probably might not work, and they probably might not. They probably might not be able to get the commission probably until after the con.
That might just be the best thing anyway.
Yeah, because it's just gonna be so much going on, and I mean 3 o'clock. I'm really not all that exhausted, but I mean I'm just gonna be I won't really know what to do at that point. It's okay, I have from 3 o'clock till midnight. What do I do in that time? And I don't normally come home till around 6 or 7. So it's okay, I could probably use that time or whatever just to try to at least knock it out. Because I mean, it's just literally 4 to 5 logos or signs, maybe 6.
Man,
so,
that takes a lot of work though, so that's understandable, you know.
Yeah, especially because of the fact I'm doing it by hand. So it's like it's twice the work and also twice the stress.
So do you have any plans to like feed it in to do anything digital wise, or are you doing it complete traditional in this one?
Any logo I do is traditional, straight up, up and down. Because I have a lot more control of it that way. With digital, it's just like it takes a lot of the certainty out of it. So it's like, you know, and I honestly can't really rely too much on staring at a screen because it bugs my eyes and then migraines happen. So it's like, you know, I don't want to have to go through that kind of stuff. So, but if it were to do anything with like comics, like inking and stuff like that, then yeah, I would try to split it between digital and traditional. But logo design, straight traditional. Because in the event that I show it to the client and they don't like it, I can tweak it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. So for you right now is traditional is where you're most comfortable.
Pretty much. I mean, because you know, most of my life is traditional. I'm still honestly trying to get used to inking digitally on the iPad with Procreate.
Nice, man. Well, hey, keep up the work on it. You know, the more practice you do, the better you'll get at it.
I'm trying my best. I mean, it's not as easy as a lot of people kind of think it is. There's just a lot of people I see on Twitter are just like, oh, you know, anybody can ink, or hey, I can ink, and it's like it's not as easy as you think it is. Like it's complicated and it takes a lot.
Yeah. Hey, man. Well, I wish you luck with that. You know, I don't draw my own comics anymore. Last time I drew my own comic, I was in kindergarten when I was drawing Jurassic Park comics back with one of my buddies back in kindergarten.
Yeah. I mean, it's just shoot. With just so much going on with, you know, cons and, you know, my mental health stuff and a bunch of other just life just going crazy right now. It's just like I'm trying to kind of just take each day as it comes. I mean, I was talking to like 3 mentors, and I ran into an old friend of mine. He's gonna be at the con next Saturday. So we were talking about comics and stuff, and you know, I was telling him about everything else going on, and surprisingly, he was actually really supportive. So that kind of helped a little bit. So today wasn't really all that bad. Though one of my mentors I'm furious with, because when you had texted me and asked me about the podcast and everything, we were standing outside talking about business, and he had me out there and I was freezing. And not to mention I had to use the bathroom, so it sucked either way. So I had to use the bathroom, and then I went back to Starbucks to get like this energy bar, and I was like, okay, I gotta go home because I gotta go do this podcast. But also I'm freezing standing out here. Like my jeans have holes in them. Like it sucked. I was miserable.
It gets pretty cold out in Chicago, doesn't it?
Yes. That's just the killer part. Is like, right, especially like there's like this certain neighborhood that, you know, I always go to just to like get drawings and stuff done, and it's right next to the lakefront. So the lake breeze makes it feel colder than what it actually is. Like right now in my neighborhood, it's like 44 degrees. Over there, it's like 42, but the real feel is like 22. So
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, it makes it worse than it actually feels.
Man, it makes us California folks look like a bunch of wimps, man.
I just look at some people from California and Miami, I'm just like, I can't stand you guys, low key. You guys got the nice weather.
I can understand, and you should hear us out here. It gets a little nippy, like 60, you know, something.
That's
like
perfect for me.
Oh, it's so cold.
Oh my God, stop it. Like, no, that's perfect for me right now. Like 60 degrees, I will take it. Because compare that to this, it's like, oh no. Like, that's why for me, it was like, and then one of my other mentors, Nico Berry, who's a muralist, he lives out in San Francisco. So I said that one of these days, if I save up enough money,
that'd be dope.
that I can get like a plane ticket and, you know, maybe a hotel possibly, because I don't know how hotels are out there. I would go visit him.
That'd be dope, man. You can come see me too, man. Come say hi.
I would, because I know you live in the Bay Area. I know a lot of people that live in California.
I'm hella close to San Francisco, man. I just hop on. I literally can drive down the street from my house, 5-10 minutes, jump on the BART train, take that all the way to San Francisco, and boom, there I am.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
and that actually would kind of work out in my favor because it would be like, I would just text you and be like, "Hey, I'm in San Fran, come through."
Right? Exactly, dude. That's right. Hell yeah, dude.
Because
I love coming out to San Francisco too, man.
yeah, I never even been to the West
It's
Coast ever in
so,
life.
dude. If you got to like anywhere on the West Coast, like, for me, like San Francisco's the spot you have to see. It is such a fun, unique city. Like, there's so much to see, whether it be the tourist spots, the fun stuff to do, the crazy hills, all the landmarks. It's crazy, man. It's such a fun place.
I definitely want to go because I want to see the sights. And like I said,
Yeah, dude.
I'd never been to the West Coast before. Like I've been south, I've been a little bit east, and a little bit up north, like Detroit and stuff like
Nice.
that. But I really want to see what the West is like. I mean,
Totally, yeah.
Las Vegas,
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco, LA,
Yeah,
Hollywood,
yeah, yeah, all of that. Yeah, that's
Seattle.
true. There's a lot of good spots. That is true, man. I have been down to LA like maybe once or twice. Yeah, probably about twice, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fun over there. Like LA, Hollywood. I remember one time me and my buddies, this was back in college, we took a trip down there and we went up to the Hollywood sign. We
Mhm.
climbed the hill all the way up to the Hollywood sign. We're probably like 50 yards away, 50 feet. Well, I don't know. I'm not good with math, but we're pretty close, but not, still a ways off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's a radio that comes out. There's like a station at the top of the fence and they're like, you need to turn around now or something like that. And we're like, oh shit. Fuck.
Damn.
Let's go back. We ain't going any further.
I was about to say, like, did you guys get in trouble or anything?
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, we would have, but we kept going, but we're like, hell no, dude, that's scary.
I was about to say, like, I know for a fact they didn't just let you just climb all the way up there and didn't say
Oh, no.
anything.
Yeah, I guess we didn't think about it. We thought maybe you could climb up, but I think they have some sort of radio station at the top or something up there. But yeah, like when you get close enough, they're like, you need to back the fuck away.
It's like, yeah, because a lot of people, they would go up there, they would either spend the night or they would just like,
or graffiti it or something, right?
yeah, literally. And me walking around with a can of spray paint and my backpack, it's already a red flag. It's just like, because
the temptation is there.
Yeah, I mean, I only got the spray paint because of the fact that I want to do more like, a little bit of graffiti art. But
I think it's pretty dope, dude. I really like that idea.
But one of the cops was like, "Hey, what are you planning to do with that spray paint?" Because he almost took it from me, and I was about to be really upset. And I told him I was like, "I'm an artist, and I worked on this mural." And he was like, "Oh, you have worked on this?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, carry on," and left me alone.
That's nice, at least. At least he wasn't an asshole about it.
Yeah, because I literally was afraid he was gonna. I was like, if you take the spray paint can away from me, you're gonna pay me $8 because that's $8.
You want to like kind of a similar but different situation for me was, again, back in college. We had just filmed a short film for my friend's class, and it was that one I was telling you about, the Uglies. And one of the props we used ended up being a bloody fake axe. And so I don't know what happened, but the dorm cops were going around and they were questioning. They had gotten interpreted and they're questioning us, and they were getting really mad. He was getting mad at me. And then he sees the axe, the fake axe. Like, what the hell's this, man? You got a weapon? I'm like, dude, it's a fake. It's like a prop from Halloween store. Are you kidding me right now?
Literally, like it's a prop, dude. Like, relax. Like, it's not. It's just me. You really think I'd be walking around here with something real? That's how they are at Comic Cons. It's like you see some weapons, and they're like, they literally just like stop you and try to tackle you, and it's like, dude, it's a prop, bro. Like, chill out. It ain't that serious. Like, I don't know. People just need to just kind of relax. Like, I'm pretty sure you could tell the difference between a prop and the real thing. Like, it's just why I don't cosplay.
Yeah, I can see that. Shit, yeah, you never know about that stuff, man.
You just like never know, and it sucks because it's like everyone takes things. But then again, let's be honest. I mean, you see all these school shootings and whatever, and people are on edge. It's like, dude,
ain't a good time right now. So I get that. But hey, that's why that's why I'm just so glad conventions are coming back and stuff, because it's been so long without conventions that I'm just so happy that they're starting up again. People go back, and
I mean, I feel like for me it hasn't been that long. Like I went to like 2 this year, and I feel like it hasn't really been all that long because C2E2. I feel like with C2E2 they just basically just pushed it back. Like, and the thing about it is like they're pretty much just kind of like what they
Sorry
ended
about
up doing.
that.
No, it's all good. What they pretty much just ended up doing was that they were like, oh, what we're gonna do is we're basically just gonna push it back, and so it's like next week. And then I look at the thing again on his Twitter page, and they were like, oh, hey, did you know that they're basically going to do it again come August? And I was like, wait, you're doing it again in August? I was like, that's...
Wait, oh yeah, really? The convention's they're doing it again?
Yeah, they're doing it again August 5th to the 7th is like their dates. And I was like, hold on, let me just double check to confirm because I might be wrong here. And I don't need them catching that on YouTube. Because you know how these people are with the lurking. Let's see. Come on, C2E2. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, so for next weekend, it's basically just it's December 10th to the 12th, so we got that part. And it was just, I know good full well for a fact it's here. They are doing this to me right now. I can't believe this. It's on their Twitter. I don't know why they're hiding it now. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's literally August 5th to the 7th of next year, and I'm like, that's too soon.
I can see that. Are you planning on going all the 3 days then?
God, I mean, for this one, no. I'm only going just for Saturday. For the one for August 5th to the 7th, I definitely don't know because I don't know what state the world is gonna be in. When it happens, like I don't know if we're gonna be 100% back to normal, or if we're still gonna kind of be dealing with
the new normal.
And before I do anything else, I want to say what up to Neostar Productions.
Hey.
Cause I see him in the chat right now. Like I literally just saw him pop up, so I just wanted to kind of give him a little shout out real quick. Like,
thank
what
you,
up?
Neostar. I always love to see Neostar hanging out in the chat here. Don't put that up on the screen. What's up, dude? How you been, man? How you been?
Yeah, I mean, because I see him in here all the time.
Shit, that's hella funny. He's probably like, oh shit, is that who I think it is?
Yep.
On the stream right now?
Yes, it is. Just a different avatar. I haven't had time to change it yet.
That's funny, dude.
Yep, there he is. He's like, how's it going, folks? I could be better. I'm still freezing. I ain't gonna lie. I'm cold. Like, and this heat is not doing me any justice right now. I'm sorry.
Right, there we go.
Hey,
switched it out. Oh, there we go.
But yeah, no, like they're really doing this stuff. Like I can't take the fact that they're doing it again so soon. It's like I'm like, okay, either you guys really want things to be back to normal, or you guys are just desperate for money. Like I don't know. I gotta really think about this. And people are asking me, "Oh, hey, are you gonna do a table?" No. that will ruin the fun for me. Like I want to go out around, see people, and say hi. But I don't want to just be sitting behind a table and just be like, oh, all I can do is just say hi to just kids and sell my stuff. No, I want to go see people, and that's precisely what I wanted to do this year. My mentor and a good guy that I know, Mark Stegbauer. I almost butchered his name again. Lord, excuse me. I had a video chat with him the other day, and you should check out his Twitter. He has a lot of stuff going, and if there's a way I can kind of help him out to kind of get him some traffic, I definitely would. But yeah, no, he does like a lot of awesome stuff, and he's gonna be a C2E2. I'm gonna be kicking it with him. He's such a good guy, and he is just such a awesome person, an awesome artist. He's been in this industry for like years. I mean, the guy's a pro, and he is actually gonna be mentoring me and inking, since that's his strong suit.
Say that again.
He's gonna be mentoring me in inking, so he's gonna teach me how to ink comics.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool, man. That'll be really good, huh?
I know, right? Like that actually would be pretty cool. I was kind of nervous, but I was like, you know what? Screw it, bite the bullet.
No, that's a good opportunity, man. It really is. Yeah, you should definitely take him up on that offer.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, just I don't really have mentors like that. And the last mentor that I had let's just say he will not be around anymore as far as I'm concerned. I like the thing for me with this whole comics experience, I need things to just, for crapping out loud, I need them to go right. Like, I need things to just not fall apart. And if people say that they're going to mentor you or help you, do that.
Yeah.
Don't say, hey, I'm going to help you out. Then you disappear. And, now you're nowhere to be found. I just don't like that. I seriously just don't.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's a tricky thing. I've never been in a mentor kind of relationship like that necessarily. So that's I could say that'd be a tough one.
Yeah, I've been in like 3 of them like that, and for me, it doesn't get any easier. So that's why for me, I'm just kind of, I'm kind of just iffy about, like, are you serious about mentoring me? Do you really want to help me, or are you looking for something else? I'm gonna
play it by ear.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm just trying to do. Is just play
that's
by
how
ear.
you'll build that trust. I think is over time you guys will build that trust, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hopefully, I have an awesome mentor, and I can actually make friends in comics, because I'm pretty much kind of all alone in this kind of industry right now. So it's like, I'm just trying to just kind of do the best I can, and just, I don't know. I'm just trying to just kind of make the best of it right now, because I don't think this industry is all that bad. It's just, it depends on who you run into, honestly.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot of good people, a lot of bad people out there, but it's just about finding who those people are, who you work well with, who you get along with, those kind of things. But at the end of the day, it's all about creating the art, and so I feel like that's where the most important thing is. That's where the connection is. I always like to try and look at people's commonalities or their common grounds, over their differences, because I do feel like that is ultimately what makes people work together so well, is when you can put those things aside. So
Yeah, definitely. I just think that with comics right now, I think what needs to happen is, I'm going to continue to take a break, but I think everyone should kind of just take a break, go out, smell the air, just.
That's good advice.
It's good to kind of step back and just, be away from the screen or be away from your phone for a little bit. Especially for me, because of, my depression and anxiety. It's like I have to step back from what's in front of me and just kind of get back to just things that, make me happy. For me, it was anime and manga, coffee, just, doodling my own characters, just, video games.
You're like my sister's fiance. He's obsessed with coffee.
I mean, I got it from my grandmother, so there you go. But yeah, I think, I'm hoping that next year, it will be a lot more calm, a lot more chill, and just, honestly, a lot more professional than this right here. What happened this year and last year, it exhausted me so much, and I'm to the point now where it's just like, I really don't, I don't trust anybody anymore. I'm not sure if I'll be able to work with anybody anymore.
I think you will, man. It'll take time, but I think you'll be able to again. I think you will.
Yeah, it's just gonna take me. It's gonna take me a long time.
Right, it just may take longer than most, and that's totally fine. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like everyone grows at their different rate or at their own pace. There's
Yeah,
no right or wrong way to do comics or art for that matter.
yeah. It just, a lot of people were just like, oh, like when I first started all this, a lot of people were just like, hey, you're doing this wrong, or you can't post this, or you can't talk about this, or you can't say this, or you can't draw like this. You have to do, like, it was like all these rules. And
Mhm.
I don't ever think the comic should ever be like that. Like,
Mm.
yes, especially in the indie crowd, do that's why I always keep saying, do what you want to do. Everyone that's coming up with all these rules, all I would say is just lay off. Let
Mhm.
live and let live. You do your thing, let that person do their thing, and that's it. Like, end a discussion.
Yeah, no, I think it makes a lot of sense to me, you know. It's
Yeah.
uh it's again goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the benefit of being indie creators. You have that total control and freedom to create the story that you want to create or create the art that you want to create. Um, it always makes me think about how like when you get so big, like the bigger you get, in a sense, almost the less control you have,
Hmm.
right? So where there's suddenly becomes more and more pressures for you to conform things, whether it be story wise, art wise, or maybe there's more collaborators and you have a less piece of the pie. And so it is an interesting. One of the things that makes me love indie comics so much is you get to be the director, the writer, the cinematographer in a sense. To borrow some movie terms, but you get to be that for everything, which is such a rare thing in creative product, especially when it gets like I said, the bigger it gets. Like if you look at a movie or something, hardly anyone gets to write and direct. And if you do, you're lucky. And if you do, you're probably not also doing the cinematography and all the other things that go into the research and everything. So like, it's just
Yeah.
such an interesting medium for that reason.
It really just is. And it's like I said, I don't think that comics is necessarily just a bad thing. I think that,
Hmm.
there are some bad people, I will admit, but comics, it's
Just
dude,
like
yeah.
Joel, sorry to cut you off. I was gonna just like anything really. There's always gonna be, good and bad people on all sides. I think that Gundam. I always like the Gundam series. They really play that idea out well, which is like essentially like, yeah, there are and bad people on both sides. It's like that's why when you choose a side, you know what I mean? Like there can be consequences to that.
Right. Yeah, I
So,
mean, absolutely. It's just, anything that you do, or that you say, there's always going to be a consequence behind it. And I feel like everyone has to own what they say and what they do. And you have to understand that, you know, a lot of people just aren't going to be like, they're going to be like, oh, you can't say this, or you can't, it's just always going to be something. For me,
mm,
all I want is just to have a very pleasant, comic experience. That's
mhm.
just it, because like I said,
That's what I want too.
I don't know much about this industry. Okay, like, I grew up with anime and manga most of my life. I I don't know, um, you know, just I don't know the area where it's like, you can't say what you want to say, draw how you want to draw, or do what you want to do. Um, you know, just because of the fact that a lot of people, they just don't like you for whatever reason, or who you are, or whatever the case may be. And I never, that's something I'm just so new to. I don't experience that stuff. It's just like, I just, all that I want is just for people to be able to just do what they want to do, be themselves, and just have a good time. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I
Anything.
want for you know, for everybody in the indie community as well.
I mean, I personally just, I don't see the point in just the trolling, the negativity. It's just too much. If That's why for me, I always did the shout outs like I did. If there was any way that I could just, spread some kind of positivity, or, shout somebody out, make them feel special, I will do that. I have no issue. But at the same time, that also to a point gets taken advantage of. And unfortunately, there are not a lot of good people in the world, but I do think that there are amazing people out there. Like I met you. I met my mentor Mark Stegberger. I mean Bauer. Lord have mercy, jeez, he's gonna kill me now. Like I knew it was coming. Like I knew it. But I've met such awesome people.
The only way, I think that's the way to do it, man. The only way you can fight the negativity is by continuing to spread the positivity. That's the only way it can be done. You can't fight fire with fire. It doesn't work like that.
You can't though, like that, and that's just the thing. It's like a lot of people think, oh, you can't really fight fire with fire, and that's like, watch me. But then again, that ain't the right answer either. Lord have mercy. Don't ever say that.
Yeah, sometimes I fall. What I mean, I do it too sometimes, where you just want to clap back or you want to give them toe for toe, right? But like my heart of hearts, I know, like deep down, I know it's better to go with temperance, because it just like I said, it won't lead to any kind of solution.
It won't, and that's just the thing about it. It literally won't lead to any kind of solution. You sometimes have to just like be like, okay, if this is the kind of stuff that I'm going to be exposed to, I want no parts of this. Like I want to just like leave the stuff alone, and that's just what I'm just that's what I want to do. I just want a new beginning for myself. That's why as we were talking, I made myself a new Twitter just now.
Nice, dude. That's what's up. You want to plug it for everyone, or are you gonna you know what I mean?
I'm trying to change the name of it first before I plug it.
Fair enough. But hey, kind of on that note, Neostar Production says, that's why I'm so thankful for the indies. Even at its worst, you have a chance to build your own audience and career by your own efforts.
Literally.
It's so true, yeah.
You just the world of social media is just so twisted, and honestly, I think being on the online and with the pandemic and everything, it kind of just made it kind of brought out the worst in people, I feel like. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of just took it out on everybody on Twitter, and just
that's why I'm hoping 2022, and call me naive or whatever, but I'm hoping 2022 is the year, man. You know what I mean? Let's get everyone back to conventions. Let's get things going again. Hopefully people are in a good place next year.
I mean, I'm hoping. But I honestly, I won't. I doubt it. Just
you know what I mean. The way I look at it is, it's something that I've always tried to keep in mind, is a kind of like a hope for the best, expect the worst kind of mentality. So you hope for the best to happen, but you kind of expect the worst. So when it does happen, you're not blindsided. So it's that balance, right? Expecting the worst, but still living with that hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just kind of what you have to do. Is that I'm hoping that everything it does turn out kind of just better, and I hope it turns out better for everyone. Like I know I told somebody earlier, I know there's going to be a lot of people that when I go to the Comic-Con, they're probably not going to like me or anything like that. But I don't hate anybody. I'm just like, I'm here for me. I'm here because I want to fall back in love with comics along with manga and anime, because they're both awesome. I mean, I look at stuff with Marvel, with DC, Valiant, Vault, Wicked, Dark Horse, Image. I see all these awesome comics and this awesome content, and it just sucks because it's like a lot of people are just like, oh, well, I don't like it because of this, or I don't like it because you support this group, and it's just too much negativity. True. I'm like, the negativity just kind of needs to stop.
It's something that we've always tried to stay out of that kind of stuff with Wikid Publishing, just because we appreciate everybody who picks up our books. They don't care who you are. If you pick up one of our books, that makes you a reader of ours, and that it makes it special. So like that's something we don't just take for granted.
I mean, yeah, literally, and that's just the thing. Is like at least with you guys, it's like no matter what, I always know that if I were to check out anything with Wikid, it would always be positive, and
thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, it's like just like for me, as long as whatever it is that I do, if it makes somebody happy or if it brings somebody some kind of joy or just something and people like it, that's all that really matters to me. And as long as I'm not getting trolled or harassed or anything, that's really all that matters to me. I mean, the negativity and the trolling that I have gone through, it has brought me down in so many ways. I can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah, no, I get that, man. So I'm just glad, that you're doing good right now. You're having a good day. Like, sounds like things are pretty okay right now, which is definitely good.
I'm trying. I mean, and you know that everything that I have been going through, online with the just my mental health struggles and just things like that. And you've helped me out in more ways than one, which I'm extremely grateful for. Because anybody else would have just been like, figure it out. Just like it's whatever. Oh, speaking of which, I plugged my name in the chat. I don't know if I can see that.
Oh yeah, you got the new Twitter up there. Let's see.
Yeah, buddy. Because I follow Wikid Publishing. That you guys are the first people I follow.
So is this that's the name there? Like just type in Johnny Fitz. That's a new Twitter.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I can find that here. Pull it up on my own Twitter here. If you're watching at home, folks, feel free to do the same.
Yeah, I see this comment from Neostar Productions, and thanks. I really appreciate it. It's just it's been so much, and I'm still dealing with a lot, but I'm just I'm taking literally everything that I can, one day at a time for me. Like it's literally just it's like you have to just take things with a grain of salt. You have to, and also just lean on people. Like one of the things my mentor said was that I had to learn how to ask for help, and it was difficult because I normally don't ask for help unless I have no other choice.
So I'm not finding your new Twitter handle. Maybe I'm not spelling it right. Let's see.
Hold on, I'm gonna DM you real quick.
Okay.
And you can find it that
way. We'll get that
up
here in a second, folks. Here.
1 minute.
But yeah, I'm glad to see you taking a step to get back on there. A lot of our creators dipped out of Twitter for a similar reason. Getting off of social media. Like Wes is no longer on social media.
Oh man.
Let's see. I think eBay got kicked off of social media a long time ago.
What happened with him?
He's always too controversial for his own good. He's got a very dry sense of humor, and it gets him into trouble.
Jesus.
Yeah. So he's been banned one too many times. I think he just eventually gave up. So sometimes, we get him onto the podcast and stuff when we can, though. So we love to still get him on here.
Yeah.
But it's like that's why it's nice that I have contact with all the creators. So like, if they come back for a podcast, we can give people updates on what's going on with all their comics and stuff.
Okay, so Neostar is saying that he sees Johnny Fitz but has a lock on it. That's probably my old account. That's deactivated right now. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Is it John Fitzgerald? No, I'm just kidding.
God, no. Lord have mercy. No. That's definitely not it.
I think I found you. Oh,
yeah.
No, wait. Did you join in 2016?
Oh, no. I joined literally just now. And I DM'd you too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
On the Wikid account?
Yeah, the Wikid account, yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. So should I plug what your Twitter handle is on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So if you looking for him, Neostar, his new Twitter handle is, I'm gonna type it out here, but it's Elenium God with an underscore in between. So like that, or I think it's like that. Let me see. Technically, I mean that is technically right, but it's also more technically like this. Very close. So yeah, so go check him out there.
Yeah, that's good enough. I'm pretty sure once I get it all set up and everything, people are gonna find it.
I think so, yeah.
Sooner or later. I just and honestly, I was gonna keep this one a lot more low key. You know, just because of just, you know, honestly, just, you know, the last one that I had, it just, there was just so much just negativity and, you know, trolling and everything. And, you know, people are following you, then they're unfollowing you. And it's just like, I don't have the time for this. I don't feel that I should fight, you know, to, you know, be liked, be seen, be heard, any of that stuff. It's just like, it's too much after a while. You know, because you just want to just be left alone. It's just like, you know, I'm tired of, you know, feeling like crap every time I go on Twitter because someone doesn't like me or someone doesn't like what I post or someone blocked me. And you know, no one should be
Made to
exposed to
feel like that.
yeah, at all. I mean, especially if you're so new to this industry. God no, like none of
We
us
don't
got
need any gatekeepers, man. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's the other thing too, which I was gonna try to avoid low key, but I mean honestly, the gatekeeping stuff needs to really stop because at this
Exactly. It's
at
like we've always said, comics is for everyone. So if you say it, you got to mean it. You got to stand by what you say, like kind of like what you were saying earlier.
I mean literally like you have to because comics literally is for everyone. I mean, you know, just because you know you may not be the best artist or the best writer. I mean, I've seen you know some people's work online and it may not be up to DC standards, but I mean it's good enough.
Right? Yeah, and there's all sorts of levels of, and not only that, but then there's also the fact that art is objective, right? So one person may really love what an indie creator does, even more than what DC's putting out, and I'm sure there's a ton of people out there who would say that. So like, there's a place for everybody in comics. So we shouldn't be pushing people out. We should only be welcoming people in with open arms because if they love it, then then they're good company, you know.
Literally.
So that's how
And
I look at it. Yeah.
no, it definitely makes sense. And, you know, just, and like you said, art is subjective. I mean, you know, one person might not like it, the other person probably might. And they'd be like, oh, hey, I really like, you know, this stuff and how this is and, you know, how that's set up. It's like, you know, a lot of people might like it. It's like, you never know how,
Exactly.
you know, stuff really just impacts people. And
That's right.
also, I would also try to say just to try to implement some kind of kindness. Especially to and anyone who's listening right now, just you know, for one, my advice to anyone trying to get into this industry or you know anything, just first of all, you got to show a great deal of professionalism, and a lot of respect to a lot of these veterans because a lot of these veterans they know people, they know everybody in this industry. You know, you disrespect one, your chances of getting work or getting in that industry or that specific line of work is screwed.
I can see it. Yeah, respect is a big deal. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Definitely. So it's like, you know, no trolling, no stalking, no none of that. Just, you know, just you
Be
gotta
an
learn.
upstanding person.
Yeah, literally. Just be an upstanding person.
Yeah.
And know who you're dealing with. You know who you're starting to, you know, work with. And
I
you
think
know,
that's good advice in any kind of field. Like having respect, a modicum of respect can get you a long way.
I mean, it definitely would, you know, just in this industry. Like for me, I try to just be the best person that I know I could be. I don't try to just talk, you know, crap about people. You know, if I don't have to, it's like I just like if I don't like somebody, I just don't deal with them. I will just either unfollow them, mute them, block them, and keep moving, and that's it. And if I see them in real life, I just choose to ignore them. You know,
Yeah.
it just I don't know. It just I really wish that people would learn how to treat people with more decency and not be like, oh, he's an idiot or oh, he's stupid, he's this, he's that. Like,
That's true.
let's be for real. Don't make our time for all that. I don't have time for it. You don't have time for it. No one has time for it because at the end of the day, we're trying to make comics. We're trying to, you know, put awesome stuff out into the world, and we're some of us are trying to get our bills paid.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just need to have a little more understanding for other people in their situation. Like, you never know what someone's going through in their life, so it's always a good idea to give people the benefit of the doubt, and
A-
kind of.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing too. It's just also just the judgment got to stop. Don't judge
True,
people based on
true.
like oh like they're always sad or they're never smiling or they're never in a good mood. It's like you never know what someone's going through.
Exactly.
So
So
you have to be careful to not judge so much.
exactly. Wait, it's like that classic saying about walking a mile in someone else's shoes. It is a true thing. It really is. It's like if you really just put yourself in someone else's shoes for a moment and really try to understand where they're coming from or why they're doing something, it really can. You know what I mean? It can help a lot. I do feel like comics Twitter will ultimately be the better for having everything that's happened. I think one day we will all kind of be more unified, but for now it is kind of a little segmented right now. But hopefully in the future, like people will be able to actually kind of I don't know. Or
Yeah,
maybe it's too hopeful, but it's something that I hope for at least.
yeah. I mean, it right now just everything is just it's just a division with everything right now. Whether it's TV, movies, comics, everything's just divided right now. It's like you're either on this side or you're on that side. You're either with me or you're against me, and
Yep.
it's just like it should never be like that ever.
There's just no need for that, especially in comics.
It's like people, yeah. It's like people got enough going on with the pandemic and everything. These variants and people trying to get back to some kind of normalcy and things like that. And people already got enough going on. No one has time for this. I don't have time for it because I got enough crap that I have to deal with. I'm still dealing with, and trying to start over and everything, and it's a lot.
I'm just glad that you are starting over and getting back to it. I know you've been working on a lot of art lately, so I'm hopefully any thoughts about will you be posting any new art on your new account?
Not right away.
Gonna take some time first.
Yeah, because I'm only following literally a limited number of accounts right now. Like I'm following like 15. I followed Wikid, but I also followed your personal Twitter.
Nice, thank you. Back there.
And I follow Scott too.
Nice.
Just I'm kind of just trying to do my absolute best just to stay as low key as I possibly can, because right now, there's still so much that's up in the air. And I said that the one mistake that I was not going to make was, just, I'm not going to follow all these accounts and let a lot of these people just kind of invade whatever it is that I got going on. I need this Twitter to be as positive as it possibly can be. And then the best thing about it also is that, we can start to do more stuff with like, the live spaces.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I actually want to do that, like some sort of, whether it be a Q&A or something else. I would like to try out that live. What do you call it again? I can't remember now. Something
live space.
No, it was something else. He ultimately said it was called something else, but I can't remember anyway. But yeah, I mean that would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that actually would be pretty dope. And I mean I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, actually I put out a question to the Wikid chat, seeing if others would be interested in that as well. So hopefully we'll get a response too there.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if possible, that would definitely be something that I would definitely be interested in. But yeah, just I mean, for the time being, but I think I might take into consideration what Scott said about getting back on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
Yeah, I think I probably might get back into it tonight. I still got reservations. I can't lie.
Neostar says he agrees with you. He says, I know the feeling fits. I tend to stay pretty low key myself, unless it involves rights or man. I try to bring him up whenever I can.
I mean, yeah, it like I said, there's a possibility that if I do go back to Instagram, I mean, even if it's just for a week, because like I said, there's a lot of people I used to talk to on Instagram. I miss talking to them. I miss catching up with them. And I really want to see just how they're doing. Like, how's everything going? Like, how's how's life right now? Because I mean, I can only communicate with them like via email. A lot of
that's
people.
tough. Yeah, that makes it tough, huh?
It kind of does, because they all can't get back to me right away. So it sucks, and it makes it so difficult, because it's like, dang, like whatever awesome stuff that they're creating, I'm kind of missing out on, and I can't see it. Because again, I'm avoiding the crap out of Twitter. I mean, and Instagram. It's like, I feel like it's like that FOMO effect, like fear of missing out.
Oh yeah, FOMA.
Yeah,
Good old
so
FOMA.
yeah, it sucks badly, but you gotta just do what you need to do. If you gotta stay away for your mental health, or just to get away from the screen, hey, do it. I mean, hey, just do what you need to do. That's why for me, I only watch certain videos on YouTube. I interact on Twitter unless I don't interact on Twitter unless I have to. Instagram, I try to stay away from it, unless there's a job or something like that. But beyond that, I'm just like Neil Star said, just keeping to myself, just staying low key.
Nice, man. We'll definitely have to update people, on your journey through, reaching out to social media, coming back to social media here. I appreciate you jumping on the podcast too. This is your first time on the Wikid Podcast, which is, I wish there could have been more people to join into the greetings with you, but hopefully on the next one we'll have some more people jumping in.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty late depending on like where people are, and
Right.
it wasn't a bad first podcast. I actually had a lot of
Nice.
fun.
Good.
I don't know about that whole bot in the chat thing.
Yeah, that was a little weird. That was kind of a hiccup there.
That kind of made it interesting.
Yeah, that was a bit of a first for me.
Yeah, I didn't really even notice until Scott pointed it out. So I was like,
Yeah,
that was a first.
I wasn't paying attention as closely as I guess I should have been. I didn't realize that I had missed that one. So I appreciate. At least someone was on top of it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I appreciate you just even so much as having me on, and I'm probably gonna check out my old Twitter real quick just to probably retweet the podcast for a second, and also just to kind of just check in on a couple people that I know. But yeah, no, I appreciate you even having me on. Like, I'm sorry that it took me longer just to get on this crap, because like I said, I didn't even know my mentor was going to be out playing the trumpet today. I literally thought he was going to be at home, because I would have went straight home and got on it and got started. But he helped me up. I can't front.
Well, that's good, man. It's always good to have a mentor. Someone like that really helps out a lot.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been helping me out with just like a lot of life advice. He's the best.
Very nice. Well, what you got going on for the rest of the weekend? Any plans right now?
Well, plans for me after this: eat and go to sleep, because I have to get up at 3 a.m. because I go to work.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so I have to.
That is early. That's for Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, because I have to open up the store. So I'm working from 6 to noon tomorrow, and then Monday I don't have to work, but Monday's payday, so.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty early.
Yeah, so it's this next week is gonna be extremely rough for me. So
I can get that. Yeah, it reminds me when I was working back in San Francisco for a while. I would have to commute on the BART train, and so I'd begin up like kind of like that time to start getting ready, because it takes like an hour and a half or so. I want to say on the BART train. It's been a while since I've done that, but
yeah, it takes like an hour for me just to get there, and then just to get downtown, and then even when I get downtown, I still have to walk there, which is like a good like 8 blocks.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I used to go to work in San Francisco. Those chilly mornings when you get off the train, or in your case maybe the bus or something. But when you get off and you're like, oh, it's so freaking cold. Although again, it's probably way colder where you're at. So San Francisco gets cold, man. San Francisco can get fairly cold, but again, relatively cold.
I mean, if you want to see cold, like you should see. There was like this newscast last night, and there were like snow in Hawaii, and I was like,
"Oh
ew.
damn!"
I was like, ew. Like, I'm not complaining anymore. Like I won't say anything anymore. I'm just gonna shut up, because
I guess anything's possible.
They're not ready for that kind of smoke. Like they're just not ready. But I mean, for me, once I get off the train, I just walk super super fast, and I normally get there because by the time I get there, I turn on the ovens. I stand in front of it. There's heat. There's hot coffee all over the place. So there's heat there, and
That's
it's
kind of
pretty.
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty warm in the restaurant because I'm just like walking around, warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to just kind of get stuff ready. And the best thing about it is that, like, once I get in there, I can kind of get myself something to eat really quick before, the store opens. So, because once I walk in, the ovens is the first thing I cut on, and then I can make myself like a bagel with cream cheese or like a sandwich really fast. Just get like some kind of breakfast or something just to get my energy up.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally get that. Yeah.
Because I can only survive on coffee for like an hour. After that, it's like I'm screwed.
Are you like a 1 cup a day guy, or what? How many cups are we talking?
Today I had 2, but one of them was decaf though, because I can't have too much caffeine because that's when migraines happen. But normally I'm trying to go from like to a 1 day, but I'm trying to kind of go from like a medium to a small. I'm just trying to kind of just like reduce it a little bit.
Okay. Well, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Cut back just a bit,
Yeah, it's been a lot, and then plus, in order for me to kind of better my mental health, I have to try to eat healthier. So, I have to I'm gonna start doing that definitely tomorrow. So I have to fall back on sugar.
Oh, that's pretty smart. Yeah. People don't necessarily think about it, but your diet can affect your mental health as well.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just kind of like figure out like, okay, what can I eat? What can't I eat? And just basically do it like that. I said that I was gonna start doing New Year's resolutions starting tomorrow. Like, 'cause I didn't want to wait till January 1st. I was like, I want to do it now. Yeah. Like, I want to start it early. Like, screw this.
Yeah, like, why is there any reason to wait? Like, I could just start it now.
Literally. It's like...
That's good, man. That's good dedication right there.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah. I respect it, too. For me, on my end, because, like, those are, for me, it's like, I can be procrastination. I can procrastinate sometimes, so it's always a good thing to just get
Awful.
going.
It's the freaking worst.
There's no better time than now, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like as soon as I get off, this podcast, I was gonna start writing down a list of like, okay, what are my resolutions? What do I want to do differently? For the rest of this year going into next year.
Yeah, I think it is another. What is it? The other saying is the first best time is today, and the second best time is tomorrow, or something like that.
That's actually the first I've heard of that.
Maybe I might be getting that a little bit off. I can't quite remember if I'm quoting that one quite right, but it's essentially the idea of like, maybe you didn't get it done the first time, but the second best time to do it is right after that. So
literally,
yeah, better to not wallow in and say, oh man, I should have done it the first time. No, just get it right the second time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the way to succeed. But hey, this has been fun, man. I've been really enjoying our chat today, and we'll definitely have to have you on another episode in future.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing another one in like the next 2 weeks, I'll definitely be more than happy just to join in.
Yeah, we do these every 2 weeks, so the next one's going to be, let's see, actually, let me look at the calendar here, because with Christmas coming up, it's probably a good idea. Okay, yeah, so actually, that'll be perfect. So that'll be the 18th, and then we'll be off the week of Christmas. We'll take a break again. So
nice.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that actually will definitely be good. And then probably like the next time we can do it is probably like, in the new year.
I would think so, yeah. We probably won't do it on Saturday the 1st. We might take a 2-week break that time just because, people are usually busy on the New Year's Day.
Yeah, people are probably just busy, with trying to take down decorations, and they're probably drunk from New Year's Eve.
Or hungover.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. You got any plans for Christmas or New Year's yet?
Really, nothing. New Year's, I don't know yet. I'm thinking I want to celebrate over a friend's house, but I don't know. I don't know as of yet. Christmas, really nothing. Just game. I just want to be left alone. I just want to go out for a second, get some coffee, come back, game, be left alone.
Hey man, that's tough during the holidays. A lot of people trying to escape. On Thanksgiving I had my Mr. Science Theater 3000. They do the Turkey Day Marathon every year. Live on YouTube, they do they host it, and they put a bunch of the fan favorites that are voted on. So that's always my go-to. Like I just have that in my room playing, so that anytime I can escape from all the family activity, I go in there, I watch a little bit. MST.
Yeah, that's what I did during Thanksgiving. I just kind of stayed in my room.
Right. Yeah.
Like we had like a get together, and I was just like, I'm just gonna stay here and just just keep to myself.
I make myself as visible as I can. I'll hang out with dinner, hang out. We'll play a game or whatever we're gonna do. But for me, I gotta take a few breaks every now and then. It used to be a lot for me.
Yeah, to me it's still a whole lot. That's why for me, I kind of know when to take a break and when to just be like, all right, I'm just gonna step back.
Well, excellent. Well, like I said, we'll hopefully have you on the next podcast again on the 18th. So, we'll hear from you then. And anything you want to plug out there? Any projects or maybe just do you want to tell people where people can follow you?
For right now, I would say just my new Twitter, Eledium God, but I'm still gonna be in the process of setting that up over the next few days. So be patient. There might not be any tweets or profile pictures or anything like that.
Okay.
A moment
set up right now.
Yeah, I'm still gonna probably be taking time to kind of set that up. And if nothing else, if I decide to just kind of get rid of my other page, then I'll probably just change it back to Mangekyo God. And just be like the start over for me. And if nothing else, depending on how everything's gonna go, it might be private for a little bit. So just be patient.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. And then for my end of it, I'll go ahead and plug. We're gonna be doing another beginner writers workshop in January, so be on the lookout for more information on that. And we've got some new comics coming out. Omen comics. We got Omen's #1. White Druid and Michael Nero #1. We have Gallo Men's #1 and the Revelation Comics Blitz #1 coming out soon. Proofs just came in today. And we've also got proving the proofs right now for Decimators Volumes 6, I want to say 6 or 7, whatever the newest one is that we don't have on the store yet.
Yeah.
We're getting that one proved. So a bunch of new books will come into the store as well. And last thing I'd like to ask is if there's anything you'd like to see us do to improve the podcast, anything you think we could do better, or anything we could add to it to make it more fun or interactive or whatever it may be, please give us tips. Send us a DM on Twitter, whatever it may be, or even a comment here in YouTube. But anything we can do to make it better, we'll work on, and we always appreciate the feedback. So give us a like and a subscribe if you can, and we will see you guys on a future episode of the Wikid Podcast back in 2 weeks. See you then, guys.